So coming out from the whole debacle that was the J-Hope concert, J-Hope concert tickets and the pre-orders wait for sale, and after basically trying and failing miserably, and granted, listen to all who got through. I applaud you. Go represent. I wish you good tidings and blessings and salutations. Everyone is, I hope, yeah, go and represent and support. But I just, you're sitting down and you're just thinking about how you think. This is just you, but again, how you think things could be better remedied, or at least an idea. That is just my thoughts. But yeah, so bear with me. I'm just having a moment. So my first thought, or my first thought process is really, it really goes out to the Big Hit management team, in particular the people who are there sitting around these guys, who were sitting around Sugar, and who was sitting around J-Hope, and whoever else is planning to do any sort of tour. I need the management to sit down and be realistic and be hype men to these guys, because I get it. Y'all are humble kings. Blessings and salutations, great for you. However, stop booking arenas. I need y'all to come to the realization that your fan base is big, not small, not no handful. Granted, you are by yourself. I understand. Listen, I understand they will just be coming to themselves, they're coming by themselves, and they're like, listen guys, it's just me. If it was seven of us, we could call a stadium. We could call Wembley. We could call, I don't know where the stadium it have, but we could call a stadium. But I don't think me by my lonesome would pull a stadium crowd. And I need for the management to look Sugar and J-Hope and whoever else, may it be Namjoon or Jungkook or whoever else, dead in the eye and tell them, stop talking shit. Your fan base is big, and you have to remember, you're not catering to only solo fans, to the people who just like my music. The people who just like your music likes BTS, and the BTS fan base is huge. Come to that realization. Again, I get it. You're humble kings. That is cute. It is cute. However, start booking stadiums for these people, for these fellas. Now, it could be a costing that is coming out of their pocket, granted, but I think we had the money to avoid a stadium tour. I think so. If it is you don't want to have, listen, if it is you don't have the money to do all stadiums, no, I get it, I understand, but sprinkle in like one big, like have one big place to have everything, like to have a massive gathering, so at least it won't have people who you won't be fitting, you won't be in the queue where you are, where 190 something thousand people are in front of you for a 15,000 seated state capacity arena. Tell me, does that make sense? No, it doesn't. You understand? That is thing to this big man hat. Just grieve. You in the queue. You think you have the fastest fingers in the West, only to realize that 100,000 people in front of you. Book stadiums. Book bigger avenues. Granted, I know that touring is hard, touring is difficult, but Lord have mercy. And it's tiring. So I ain't asking for all over the God's creation, because it have some people out there, they were just suggesting to have come to Canada, come to this, come to that, come to the other. Now come to that just now. But I do think they need something with this, just bigger stadiums. Know your fan base. People will buy. They will buy the tickets. My gosh. Anyhow, number 2. Coming from that, I think, stemming from that, I think they need to understand this the ticketing process. I think the ticketing process is ridiculous. To me, it's either one or two things. You either use Weverse, use your platform. You know to yourself, your IT people, I think you all know that your platform could hold a large amount of people. I don't think Ticketmaster knows or is aware or even fathom how much people, when it is a BTS ticket concert is called, how much people is actually there in that Weverse army pre-sale. Millions. I am sure, right? Everybody and the tanty trying to get through, right? But Weverse, I think you all are accustomed to handling large loads of people, right? Put the ticketing process on your platform. You understand? Or I was even going to suggest lottery, but I don't think the lottery. I don't think the lottery is a good way. But I think it might be better to just have it on your platform. You have done multiple events on the platform. Granted, the first 5 minutes or 5 to 10 minutes, it's sketchy no ass, but I mean, which is guaranteed. But at least after a while, it gets good, it gets better, and things, you know. So I think you all are the Weverse is capable of handling. So do the ticketing there, at least the pre-sale, right? So my suggestion is either you have it on your platform, or you do something about Ticketmaster, because to me Ticketmaster is a mess. Why it is I am seeing other people's banking information on my profile, that shouldn't be. There were many hiccups with that whole issue, that whole ticketing process and don't get me started on the dynamic pricing. Why is it that a ticket that is costing me $80, in the end I'm spending $200 and something for it? Or they reselling it, it's gone, and then they're reselling it for $300, $400, $500, $800, $9,000. It's madness. So to me, there are two options. It's either have it on your platform, sell it for what it is you want to sell it at, or you do something about Ticketmaster, because it puts it on for a lot of people. And I mean, yes, people are willing to spend the money on it, but at the same time they shouldn't. They're literally spending thousands of dollars, right? Thousands of dollars is being spent on just the tickets. We ain't talking about accommodation or nothing yet, and just the tickets. And I mean, it's a lot of money to spend when it is you actually hear what the prices are. Because when it is I was watching on Threads. I was watching, and there were people saying, I'm looking at the prices of the tickets for the Soul concert. They were not bad. And I'm like, so why is it in America it's like hundreds of dollars? It's ridiculous, right? I mean, anyhow. So that is my suggestion where the ticketing process is either to me, you have the capacity. You can have the general sale on Ticketmaster if it is you want, but the army pre-sale, have that on waivers. You have the capacity to deal with. You have army information. All army information done there already. We not to go through no verification, no nonsense, right? Or you done discounting what do you call it? Or you done throwing people off and canceling orders when it is this stuff not up to par. So oil already did oil verification side on it. So why not have the ticketing there? Put the ticketing through that one time. The verification is already done. You understand? That is that. But next issue is it might be, it's not an issue, but it might be just a slight look. You can't call it a world tour when you only visit Asia and America. It might be a controversial topic, but you can't call it a world tour and you're only visiting 2 continents. I'm sorry, right? You have an American tour and you have an Asian tour, because everybody in the middle, Africa, Australia, Europe, the whole of Europe, poor Europe, getting shaft, South America, all of them getting shaft from a side. You understand? And so that is why it is, to me, when it is a balling world tour, this is not for big head, and this is for the armies that keep saying, oh, they're having a world tour. Sugar didn't have a world tour. Sugar had an Asian and an American tour. He visited Asian countries and he visited America states. My boy didn't even reach to South America. At least hope he reached Mexico. At least he reached in Mexico. But there's nothing in Europe, nothing, nowhere, not even Canada, right? So no, I was thinking that probably it was a tax issue or something. It have to be something logistic, something that we are just not seeing. I have tried with my accounting brain and my logical thinking to figure out why it is they are refusing to go Europe. I do not know. It's beyond me. But if it is to go Europe, to me, that would be the best. I understand probably security wise, because a lot of people in those small spaces might be a security risk. However, listen, I think it could be managed, but at the same time, don't call it world tour. You didn't have a world tour. You went to multiple countries in Asia and you had a North America tour. Yes, a North American tour. Because he didn't go South America, he didn't even go in the Caribbean. He didn't go Canada. Not Central America. You had a North American tour and Asian tour. That's it. Right? So I need people to stop saying world tour is not a world tour. Right? But they need to me, it has to be something. Somebody give me an idea as to why it is they're not having any. They don't even consider, not even Canada. Why? I don't understand why would they not consider at least Canada or England. England's a hub. Probably Brexit, but I don't know. But it's a hub. England is a hub. Everyone have to go into there at some point to go to wherever else they had to go. It's a hub. So to me, and I think that might satisfy. This would lead on to my next point, which is, I think people need to give armies a chance, because it have people out there who just buying multiple tickets, and I mean, it's like I am hearing people doing group orders and whatnot. Now, what I'm appreciative for with this one is that, one, the ticketing system they only limited you for, which is great, because why it is people buying? I mean, it will kind of think the resellers, but it kind of put a spoke in the way for the resellers. But at the same time, I mean, if an army is going, most army wants is two for them and somebody else, right? So why would you want to buy 10 or 20 tickets? No, let everybody fend for themselves. And I think it kind of forced people, this wrong kind of forced people to just limit how much tickets they could buy, and they limited like how much people could like hoarded tickets to resell them, which is what is happening out there, and then they resell them for exorbitant amount of money. That again is ridiculous. So my thing is that, yeah, I'm glad that they put a limit. They impose a limit on the amount of tickets that you can buy. But what I'm also glad for, in a way, is that the Weavers Global, so people in Asia or people who had the global membership couldn't buy tickets to the American shows, because technically is either a nice, which is because technically that is the reason why they have Weavers America and they have Weavers Global. Global is for all or everywhere else. America is for America. So the people who have American membership should be able to buy. So they're kind of limited there. But to me, you shouldn't have two membership, right? I shouldn't have access to buy global membership. It's either one or the other, right? So it's either I do global, which is outside of America, or I do America and I only limit to American events. It's either one or the two. I guess they have to kind of do something where that is concerned, because a lot of Americans or foreigners are able to participate in events in Seoul, and I guess that is with the global, or even with their American, the American membership, the Weavers America membership. But I'm not sure. You could probably clarify that for me. But to me, I think breaking it down by what membership you have kind of gives everyone a fair chance, which I appreciate. But I don't think I should have announced that probably before. People started to, but I mean, I wouldn't buy global membership because they don't. If I am living, listen, I am not living in America, right? I don't live in America. I can consider part of America, but I don't live in America. Same thing goes for a person who lives probably in Brazil or Peru or Argentina. They not live in America, but they are part of the Americas, right? If it is, but to be part of Weavers America, you have to have an American address. And so that is why it is I say at the end of the day, the American address, it only deals with North America. So your kind of default is the global membership, right? And if it is a default is global membership, then it's kind of unfair that you are now limiting me, right? To only that I can only participate in events outside of North America. So now a lot of people were just rushing to buy who had global membership to buy American membership, but they didn't have a US address. So that is the whole thing. That was the whole mad rush. But that was the whole mad rush about. And I mean, it was like they need to kind of fine tune that, because when it is you don't have events outside of North America, then again it's not fair for the other people who are there, right? So my thinking is, so when it is that there is Europe, if by God's green earth they decide to have a tour in Europe, then the American membership can participate. That is my thinking. American membership can participate. So that means I have to. So you're telling me no? I have to have 2 memberships running, right? And again, everything is about money, but I get it. I have to have 2 memberships running in order to be able to go anywhere. And some people can't afford it too. So again, that's why I say I think they need to kind of fine tune that whole membership. I get what they're trying to do, because they're trying to give a chance for everyone, right? Because at the end of the day, to the people who go to every single concert date, I find, listen, you could give another person a chance, right? I think you could give another person a chance. So probably they should limit it. I in my opinion, they should limit it. At the end of the day, because I mean, it's not a small fandom. It's a big fandom. Everyone wants to try to go. Everyone wants to go. Make it at least. People should have consideration for others. If I am going, because I watched a girl, she was going to, I think she was doing, was it Shriekit or something? And she went to every single show in America. And I was like, now I don't know how big their fan base is, but my thing is that if for the people who did not get the chance to go, because they were not one of the lucky people, lucky few, she basically is going to every show, and I'm like, it's kind of unfair for the person who just wanted to go to one. You understand? So that is just the thought basically on that one. And stemming from that, I think the people who this is mainly for the fan events, right? I think this might be my last one. Is now the rules change according to the rules change up, but I think that for fairness, right? I understand that it is a lottery system. To me, that lottery system kind of suspect, but the lottery it is a lottery system. However, I think that the people who are successful in one event should not be able to be should not be, how to say it, they shouldn't be able to participate in another fan sign event when it is the prerequisites to get into the fan sign. It is almost the same, right? For instance, I think there is I think for some, well, for some of the fan signs, I think that it's based on the number of albums that is purchased. Now, my thing is, I know that there are people who bulk buy, right? I think it have some of them who have the funds, and they buy hundreds or even thousands. They buy a lot of albums. I just wonder what it is do with it. I guess they have a store, but they buy a lot, and they basically are able to, obviously they qualify automatically because they are bulk buying. But my thing is this: to me, they should have a category for bulk buyers, and then they should have one-off one-off things that where one-off small buyers are also eligible. So at least everyone has a fair chance in qualifying. Now again, I can't see the fairness in having the same person on the merry-go-round fan event being at the fan call event with Jen. I mean, it took place in a matter of hours from each other. I can't see how it is that this one person was able to qualify, and they called it lottery. That person was lucky, right? But I cannot see how it is they are able to qualify and win both events. Granted, they was able to qualify because they bulk buy, but at the same time, I mean, if it is they qualify for one, then they should automatically be excluded from the other. So you probably if it is they qualify for one, then the question should arise: did you participate in any other event? Yes. Okay. Did you receive a notification? Yes. Well, then you have to choose one or the other, and that is it. Give someone else a chance. Why it is you have, to me, it then is the same, because mostly armies don't bulk buy. Because like for me, I don't buy the sets. I don't see the sense in buying all the different versions of the albums, going to the different doing the pre-order benefit. I don't see the sense in, I like the album, I buy the album, and that's it. Not even liking the album, because I always like the album, but to support the guys that buy an album, I buy the version that I want, and I call her George. To me, that alone should be able to qualify for whatever fan event that they have. And so, but if it is the prerequisite is that you must multiple chances increases your multiple albums increases your chance in winning, then I will always lose and they will always win. And so then there will always be the same set of people at every fan site. And again, that is not fair. That is not fair. So I think they should make it fair for everyone. And just a side rant, I think there needs to be more diversity with these things. Because at that hug event, I ain't seen not one person of color. Now, granted, it was in Seoul, but I know a lot of people. I know there were a lot of people who signed up for that hug event, and you telling me not one black person was in that hug event? Not one? Not even a Latin. I ain't seen not a person. I saw a lot of Asians. I saw some Arabs. I saw Arabs, but I ain't seen not one black person. I was like, just noticing. I think they should be a little bit more diverse. But again, if it is a lottery system, then how would I know if the person black or white? I guess that's the whole thing about it. But anyhow, that's just my rant. But yes, I think I'm done there. I'm tired. Right?